And if I was ever brokering ever again, I hated admin, right?
Candidates who come from overseas.
It's alien to them.
It's very alien to them. So you've got a meeting, and normally in recruitment, so I would normally do this where
AI will deliver the most income, in my opinion, in mass producing lead areas. Then my motivations are, what's the distance to the schools? What's the distance to the hospitals? What's the distance to
whatever.
The
maybe. Nearest park, the nearest soft play, yes.
You're a broker in this market and you're not embracing what AI can do for you, you're going to get left behind. Everyone might be fearful that it's going to do too much.
Hi, everyone. I'm super happy to have Simon here with us today. Simon heads up our secondary division, and we're just going to have a nice little chit-chat about real estate in general, secondary focused, obviously, because that's where my jam is. And I think, like, going into things, how secondary has evolved since we've been here. I've been in the industry since 2015. Obviously, started my career off a while ago. And you've also been here a number of years, so we've seen the changes that have happened. But let's dive straight in. Then versus now, how are things going? How's the market?
Firstly,
Loaded question.
Good though. Great introduction.
Couple of things that we can.
The first bit I like from that is like we're segueing, but basically we're old school now, right? Over 10 years.
Yes, senior.
I'm feeling so old.
Yeah.
The good old days of, what were you, 2015?
2015 in real estate was my first experience. It was a great company, to be fair. I think all of the companies that I've worked with have been great. So I've had good experiences.
Do you know what's crazy? All these companies, I bet a load of the people that you were with 10 years ago are still in the market, because the ones who could handle it back then, when it was a lot less stock, a lot less competition.
Hustler. I want to say, you got to hustle.
Oh, you got to hustle now.
Yeah,
back then it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was a lot less stockless companies.
What did you join as? What was your first
good
role?
So I came from the UK. I was a corporate trained estate agent. So I was like everything that everyone wants in Dubai these days, corporate trained estate agency. I came in as a rental broker.
Boom, that. Shock.
Straight shock.
Hello,
rental broker, come to Dubai, put into Arabian Ranches 1 because it was all that existed apart from the Springs.
What a great community to start your career off
Amazing.
in.
But I was in the houses. I used to sell 2 up, 2 downs, as we would call them in England. And Arabian Ranches 1. Still love it to this day.
Yeah.
Great product, great developer. And I was up against some pretty heavyweight brokers back then. People who are still in the market today.
Yeah.
Which is mad.
Like, it is.
It's got longevity. The product was incredible.
Yeah, and I think that there needs to be some sort of versatility, which kind of gets us back onto track with today's topic. The world is evolving. AI is evolving.
Yes.
I know in Dubai, Dubai is such a hyper-tech focused country as such. How do you think technology has changed from 2015 or, whenever you joined to now? What are some of the changes that you're seeing?
Well, the craziest part is 2014, I moved to Dubai. I didn't know what WhatsApp was.
Yes.
Everything was SMS. And the hustle back then was smile and dial. Pick up the phone, make the calls.
Yep. Roll up your sleeves, make those calls.
Keep doing it.
Deal with the rejection.
Deal with the rejection.
Next one. Yep,
how many yeses can you deal with? How many no's can you deal with to get a yes? And then
I suppose it was very phone based.
But it's changed so much. Don't get me wrong, phone is still the way to build relationships, but now it's Instagram, TikTok. What's TikTok? I don't even use TikTok. This might end up on TikTok. I don't know. Do you do TikTok?
I don't do TikTok.
I think I'm too old for TikTok.
You know what? I feel like there's so many things that take up my time in life. I don't need another one.
Yeah.
So,
well, I love Instagram. I've always liked Instagram, but TikTok's just, to me, I don't know. But
it's very far.
I'm hearing it's an amazing way, especially in the younger generation, that this is what people are using.
Look, and Dubai is very focused on social media. Like it gets things going. It is a way that a lot of people communicate, social media. TikTok is one of those big ones. I think we, of course, have got a TikTok account with us, and we've got many followers, which is great. It taps into different market. But I think that things that I've seen that have changed, you've got flyers now. Obviously, you're talking about a time that was pre-WhatsApp. Now there's WhatsApp blasts that people can do. There's CRMs are quite sophisticated in how they've, come a long way. You can send out blasts to all of the clients that are on the hot list or whatever, warm clients, as opposed to just flat out cold calling. There's so many different technology tools that you can use to reach your clients as opposed to how it was back in the day.
Well, here's a statistic. I don't know whether you know, but back in the day, leads that came in from Debizzle, Property Finder, as they were or as they are, the majority of them came in on the phone to reception or to the broker. I think we looked at this.
I did know this.
I think it was 80% of delivered leads in any business was calls and then emails.
Yes,
so that was the deliverables.
One, basically.
I looked at this statistic not long ago, and now over 80% of delivered leads from portals, 80% plus. It's done a full 360.
Onto what?
Onto WhatsApp.
Onto WhatsApp. But that makes sense.
Because that's the way the world is now.
But also, what I find is so, not bizarre, but candidates who come from overseas.
It's alien to them.
It's very alien to them. So you've got a meeting, and normally in recruitment, so I would normally do this where, you phone up a candidate, you set up a meeting, you email them confirmation with, the location and the details, and then you follow up with a WhatsApp, and then WhatsApp will take over and be the primary form of communication and not email. Because email, you run the risk of, it's maybe...
Emails get lost.
Emails get lost.
There's so many junk emails these days and everything else, like you can't find what you need.
This is the primary. And then you find people who do move over, they're so unfamiliar with using this as a primary. It's seen as WhatsApp is more of a social, and it's not as professional, so to speak. But of course, this is what we use. This is our medium. Dubai is just a different market.
Yeah.
And it's very, again, tech focused and moving in that direction. Which I think is a topic that we need to touch on.
Yeah.
How do you think AI is going to influence our market going forward? Or not even our market, our
change the whole world.
Whatever,
So the first thing I want to say is, in our industry, I think this has been going on for 6, 12, 18 months now, since ChatGPT and all of these.
Can you remember time before ChatGPT?
Honestly.
Writing our job descriptions manually.
But the problem we have is everyone is fearful that it's going to come along, this big product, and it's going to take our jobs. My attitude was very, very simple when I saw this tech coming along, and it shouldn't be something that takes your job away, but it should be something that enhances what you're doing.
Yes, I really do believe in that, because if you stop thinking for yourself, and if you stop thinking about how to write certain things, I'm not talking about job descriptions, you have to use AI in a way that it makes your role easier, not takes over, as you've just said. So I think that there are lines to be drawn on how much you can integrate and what you should be integrating. But from a broker perspective, I think that there are amazing things, where you see, say, a modernization of a CRM system, for example. That would be one way.
Well, we'll get on to that, because that is where I'm passionate about AI within CRM.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine? I mean, I can't.
And there's no imagining it coming. Like it's coming, right? Like the issue, and I will say this about any broker in the city. What are the things that brokers hate doing? They hate updating CRM.
Admin.
Why?
That's where the mundane.
Because where's the money in admin? Is their attitude, right? And I've worked with a multitude of different CRMs in this city. Some do great things, some match to a high level, but then you've got to have a Windows computer to use them. Yeah. Everyone out there knows what I'm talking about. There's other CRMs where the buyer side or the rental side of the business, when we're dealing with client side, is impeccable. But then the owner side of it is wavering. So there always seems to be, within all CRMs in the city, positives and negatives to using it. And each company needs to take a view on which part of the CRM is most beneficial to their company.
Yeah.
I think with AI, what eventually is going to happen, and this is where I see the industry being, it will amalgamate all of the best features of all of the best CRMs and put them in one workable space. I think the utopia, and if I was ever brokering ever again, I hated admin, right? Most companies are generating upwards of 4 figures in lead generation per month. Some companies out there, it could be 5 figures.
Yeah.
You could be dealing with upwards of 5, 6, 7, 8,000 leads. It's near on impossible as a broker to, what we would call in the industry, juggle the plates. You've got lead flow. Then you've got client follow-up. You've got owner follow-up. You've got price reductions. You've got all these metrics that you're looking at that you're trying to manage effectively and manage your day effectively to say, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do that. And then the end result is commission and deals. AI, for me, and I see where it's going, is it will understand your workflow. It'll understand the clients you've got. It will know what hot stock you've got, your colleagues have got, and units that are online that you don't have.
Okay.
So if
like
you
your pocket listings or
so if you came to me as a client with a budget and you wanted to buy, I could take all of your info, or AI can do that on my behalf as a broker if I'm busy, if I'm on viewings. It can qualify you.
That's interesting.
It can ask you the questions it needs to ask, the areas you want to operate in and where you want to be. And it can make what a match of available units that, firstly, you have as the broker directly. Secondly, what the colleagues in your team have directly. And then thirdly, it can go out to the online portals and scrape listings and look at them as well. And it can do you a curated match based on your requirements.
Yeah.
And the biggest issue in the market has always been, for a lot of companies out there, brokers, when they're doing a match per se, they're only showing their own options. So if they don't show their colleagues' options for one reason or another, then income is left on the table. If they don't then decide, if we don't have an option within the company and they're not going out to market, it's lost income. One of the big things that I think AI will do is it will improve company conversion rates on leads.
On leads, of course.
Exponentially.
I can see that.
10x,
100%.
10x, 20.
Of course.
Crazy
I'm super
levels.
here for it. Like, let's bring this on.
But that's what brokers need.
Yeah, of course. I think in every company that I've ever worked for, there's always been something called lost data pool, whatever, where there are leads that haven't been contacted in every single company. And then obviously for the new joiners that we would bring on board, this is a great hunting ground to, try and find some lost leads that somebody else has slipped up. So I do think that will probably clean that up.
Well, when you say clean that, I think when a new broker comes into the industry, the first thing a lot of companies do is go, call all the dead leads, find something amongst the, not trash, but find something amongst the loss. Go and find something from nothing. I think that
AI will clean that up.
Yeah. That's
clean it up and just, here we go, hand deliver it here, boom.
Yeah.
Here's
And
if
a company, you've got hundreds and thousands of historical leads, whether that's be people who have bought from you, sold from you, rented through you, or whatever that may be. If you had a system that could make a decision based on provable data about who is more susceptible to buy, it changes the game entirely. And if you're a broker in this market and you're not embracing what AI can do for you, you're going to get left behind. Everyone might be fearful that it's going to do too much.
I suppose there's always going to be an element of people who are apprehensive with change, because change obviously brings apprehension. But I think that this is the future. And again, especially in a country like Dubai that is so focused and hyper-focused on technology and being at the forefront of things that are happening, things that are changing, and looking really, I probably want to say, even setting a precedent for the rest of the markets outside of the UAE, as this is what's going to happen. Jump on board. We want to be the first. My question to you is, how do you think clients are going to appreciate using technology? Do you think that there's going to be a lot of pushback from a client perspective?
Interesting. So I'm going to take my personal experience of buying properties, and my experience is always either really, really good or shockingly bad.
There's no middle ground.
There's no middle ground. And I think what AI is, what it will do is it will satisfy the masses in a mass marketplace. So if you've got areas where you are dealing with a volume product, such as a building, a tower, or an area such as the marina or a downtown or a JVC, where you're delivering, you could go online today and there could be 2,000 units for sale. AI will deliver the most income, in my opinion, in mass producing lead areas. And if I was going to buy in one of these areas, AI would be able to give me what I want when it comes to return on investment prices, last rental prices, last sales prices. And I wouldn't then be dependent on a broker who might be busy to go online, find the figures, come back to me and then give me an opinion. AI, what it will be able to do is tell me the ROI. It will be able to tell me the service fees. It will be able to tell me the last 5 transactions that have been done in that area just by conversing with me.
Yeah, which is what our brokers would have to then go and spend some time doing some admin, pulling up that info.
But then the issue there usually is that if the numbers don't work for me, I walk away as a buyer, and the broker has invested time in the work that's already been done. If AI can do all of that work, only at the point when you get a buying signal from the buyer side, such as now I'd like to view because the figures work for me, then that's when your conversion rate goes from a good place to an exceptional place. Because me as a buyer, I'm only viewing the units that make sense for me from an investment perspective. However, where I think AI might have some place to go and where we're going to look to curate this and make it better is on the personal side. Because if I am looking to buy a villa for my family with children, I'm not buying it with an investor hat on.
Of course, you're not looking for your ROI.
I'm buying it with an emotional hat on, right?
Yes.
But then AI, what it might be able to do is I won't buy a villa or a family home on the back of ROIs. I'm not buying.
Your motivations
figures.
are different.
Motivations are completely different. But then my motivations are: what's the distance to the schools? What's the distance to the hospitals? What's the distance to
whatever
the
nearest park, the nearest soft play, yes.
So I think the key will be AI will need to get to the point of what the actual motivations are, because one thing that might mean something to one person might mean something completely different to another. So it's an interesting place we're going. But what I ultimately think it will do is, unfortunately, I believe service standards in our industry, our brokers' reputations, unfortunately, are not the best. And they're not the best because there is seemingly a percentage of brokers in this city who are not, in my opinion, up to the standard that's required to deliver the service that's required.
Service delivery, yes, of course. I mean, that happens all the time. We hear about this from a client perspective all the time. So it's just about utilizing AI in a manner that makes sense for the broker, having them free up their time to then become the best service providers.
Exactly. But one thing I didn't mention about the AI is that one thing I think people are thinking is it's going to take over the whole journey, the whole process.
It shouldn't. It really shouldn't.
But there's an option to escalate to the human. This is one thing that's not been talked about. So if AI gets a question that it shouldn't answer.
Yes, of course.
So if you came to me and I've got a house for sale, 2 million dirhams.
I want to buy it for
1 million. Will the owner take 1 million? AI is not placed to make that decision. So it will escalate to the broker involved.
Of course, there should be, yes.
There's got to be a fail-safe, right?
Yes.
Because ultimately, we don't want it making reckless business decisions that, respectfully, a person or an individual who's got the relationship with the owner then only really knows the answer. AI can presume, for instance, if an owner's bought a unit at a certain price and they offer a lot higher, they can presume the owner would take it, but they don't know the facts. But then again, in the future, who knows how that could go further? You could have owners conversing it, and I don't think it will ever go that far.
Honestly,
but who knows?
Such a different time. You take it even back to COVID times. This isn't never even on the cards, and yet here we are.
Well, it was revolutionary in COVID. They used to do live viewings, and I thought that was crazy.
So here's a nice little question for you.
Oh.
How does AI solve real world inefficiencies of a broker's day?
Okay, interesting. So,
real world.
Oh, we caught in that. Real world. Okay. So in the real world.
Keep that in. I like
we like that bit. In the real world, brokers are so busy. They have
all the time, hopefully
all the time if they're getting the correct lead delivery. The problem that you have is that, especially when a broker's newer in the industry, they have 1,000,001 questions. And what they don't understand is that if you get a question from a buyer or a tenant, a landlord or a seller, and you can't answer it at source, You have a very, very small window to get the answers that they need.
Of course, because they need to build trust.
They need to build trust in you, and the immediate responses are coming, and they're direct and to the point and exactly what you want. That would be what would instill confidence in me in using a particular broker. So how do I think it's going to change? Well, I believe AI will help us to upskill team members a lot faster, because they'll be able to leverage all the knowledge already within the company and within the management at their fingertips. In addition, if there's a question that they don't know the answer to, they'll be able to ask the AI that we've trained, and basically they can send it a voice note and it'll reply to them.
Wow.
Yeah, you didn't know about that bit.
Didn't know about that.
Yeah,
that sounds amazing.
Yeah, so if you want to put viewing feedback on a property and you've just left a client, so I'm with you and I've viewed with you and you've given me the feedback. Do I want to open my phone and then type it out freehand whilst I'm meant to be driving to an appointment or whatever? The reality is it can prompt you to give the feedback, and you can give it in written format if you wish, or you can voice note the AI, which will then take the body of it and embed it into your lead.
So useful.
It gets even crazier. If the feedback on the viewing is the unit's too small or too far away from a specific object.
Hang on.
Where am I going?
This is going.
Where am I going?
Really? AI will then go and source based on...
You can voice note, it will embed, and then it will rematch the client and then send you curated options that base their new feedback. It's over. It's over.
Effective and
so
efficient.
Effective. Conversion rates will go through the roof.
Yeah.
What's the biggest problem we have with real estate? You get to the end of the viewing and you don't like the unit that you've seen. You might, but a lot of people wouldn't go, I don't like this unit. Yeah. What they say is, here's the translation. I don't like this unit, is too aggressive because you've got this wrong. What they say is, do you have any other options?
Okay.
Translation, yes, I don't like what you've shown me.
Yeah.
A lot of brokers can't translate that and they go, oh no, let me come back to you. At the point when you leave that conversation or you leave that client, it's over. Yeah, the chances of you getting that client back in play to take them on another viewing, unless you've got a unit that falls directly in their ballpark of what they've asked for, getting them back out on a viewing is very, very, very tough at that point. Because naturally, what does that client then do? They come away from you and go straight to the portals.
Straight to the other broker that they may or may not have been speaking to.
I've seen this option. What else do you have? AI will allow us to do on-site matching and curate options from other brokerages within the team at source.
I mean, it's revolutionary, honestly. And I think that the quicker companies jump on this, I don't even want to say trend, it is a revolution.
It's not even a trend, yeah.
And the thing is, it's a way of working. And we've seen it evolve, back from early days and, pre-economical crash, where developers were listing their stock on a newspaper. Things have then evolved and kept on evolving and evolving. This is the next evolution. And I think that the quicker... there is the quicker the companies jump on this, the better it would be. Obviously, our company wants to be, in the front, running.
Well, we're at the forefront. We've made a bigger deal this week, and ultimately, that's going to shape the way we do things going forward.
I really appreciate that because, again, Unique Properties definitely want to be seen as full on embracing AI, embracing technology and moving forward. And I think that it is a very smart play to have. This is the way that the market is going to move. Why not embrace it early on and, reap the benefits of what is going to be happening?
Well, I've got a really interesting question for you now as a recruiter and someone...
Are we talking about this? Are we delving down?
We're going to delve down the recruitment hole. Okay. Anyway, here's something that I've thought of. If you are a recruiter and you're going out to the market and you're looking for exceptional talent, if AI could tell you every single deal that we've done with an agent-to-agent client in the city, and then it could give you a report of who we've done the A-to-A deals with and how many times.
Oh my goodness, this is like the ultimate wish list.
Yeah, because you can call the brokers.
Sitting at the pool busy sipping on a mocktail and a report comes. I mean, wow, honestly, it would help.
And then the thing is that we can then approach potential rock stars in the market.
In the market that have already been working with a company.
Correct.
Obviously, so
they've already seen the benefit of the technology. So as a pitch to the client is, well, look at what we've done with the tech with your unit.
Yeah.
Imagine if you were potentially with us and had direct access to this skill set.
I mean, there are many selling points from my perspective to potential brokers. From obviously that perspective, it can be from agents who wish to embrace technology and perhaps their company hasn't gotten around to it yet. Because again, not all companies embrace change.
Companies are making humongous income, which a lot of them are. If it ain't broke, why try and fix it, right? That's been the whole point behind that.
I think I have to disagree, though, because technology is the way forward. It is we're on another revolution. It's going to happen. So it's not even a case of these great companies doing great things, because they 100% are. But I think
that's the next phase of that evolution.
This is the next phase. And I think that from my perspective, you would have brokers who want to jump on that bandwagon and be with a company that would want to be embracing it, that has, got the new software or whatever it may be, embracing technology as a way forward. And again, hey broker, come and work for us. We would have a technology, a CRM base that would take over, lead management, for example, for qualification, whatever it is. Imagine you don't like doing admin. You want to
problem. Here's a virtual assistant.
Go and do the important things. Go out and meet your clients, negotiate deals, do what you got to do. But, when it comes to admin, here's a virtual assistant that will cut out a lot of the bulk of the day. Or updating CRM. Oh my goodness. If I've heard of how many times agents hate saying, I haven't updated the CRM, don't have time to update the CRM, blah, 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 blah. That is always a problem. And of course, CRM system is only as good as what you use it, right? And is again in this, in our company, that we love doing deals with our fellow brokers always, because you have to have that kind of marketplace with your fellow broker. They can't if the CRM is not updated. So imagine, not even from an agent's perspective where you've got your own virtual assistant, but also from a way of, I can see what properties you have got listed and we can work together, or I've got a hot buyer, you've got a hot seller, whatever it may be. It just helps the whole process. It really would, I think, just excel productivity from start to finish. So from my perspective of selling this sort of idea, notion, why to join Unique, of course, this is going to be a huge tool.
It's whole market access. Mm-hmm. That's what it potentially could be. I've always said the biggest kind of problems to doing deals is when there's too many people involved in the deal and there's too many different people looking for a different cut. AI will streamline the whole process.
This is off topic though. You know how many candidates I talk to from the UK, and I think the UK, certain companies work differently, but the whole sales process can be broken up to walk-ins, dealing with walk-ins, booking and meetings. Somebody else takes over booking and meetings. Somebody else takes over negotiation. How crazy is that? And over here, obviously, it's a 360 role. Our brokers take care of things from really A to Z, bar conveyancing, because that then goes to a conveyancer. But we really are
even
360.
Then, when AI comes into play, what if AI did the conveyancing? Apart from the physical walking into banks and getting certain documents.
Yeah, but it must be crazy.
Honestly, but it's limitless where we can go with it. That's the key. But I agree with you. You mentioned something earlier about where does the AI go? As an ex-UK estate agent, the UK market could learn a heck of a lot from what we're doing or what.
I mean, it's just so efficient when you're busy talking about too many cooks in a kitchen. Can you imagine as a potential buyer dealing with so many different people, all from one company, involved in one sales process? Obviously, over here it's A to Z, so it's much easier, much more streamlined. So, Simon, if AI handles the back end of things, what does that leave our brokers up to do?
Well, I love the fact that you've asked that question, because I asked this question myself. And the answer is very, very simple. The best brokers in the city won't be the ones that are doing the best admin.
That's so true. Thinking about that, saying it out loud, that is very true.
The best brokers in the city are the ones that can meet clients face to face, a space where admin can't control the situation, and they become
the masters
of the people.
Yeah.
The people. It's the
Which is
people
what
business.
It should be.
It's the
I mean,
people
especially in
business.
secondary market.
You don't buy off somebody you don't like. No matter how good your virtual assistant is, no matter how efficient it is on booking you in for a viewing, no matter how good the price is, if you don't like the person selling the product, you're never going to buy.
I mean, you probably won't book a second viewing.
Yeah.
It will be viewing done.
The reality is with this now, the true kind of leaders in this industry will be the ones that can, when they get face to face, can really, really, really not show off, but they are the performers.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones that look the best, the ones that turn up on time, the ones that
have all of the information ready.
All the information ready, are loaded with everything that they need, strong negotiators. The
full package, really.
The negotiators, the people that have the power. Ultimately, AI can't do a viewing. It doesn't exist.
AI can't do a viewing, and forgive me for saying this, technology, it doesn't have a personality, I suppose, where you want those human nuances. You want to, know certain things. You want to know from a mom, what is my favorite school? I have got preferences. And so, the human touch is still obviously very important. And opinions matter.
But what a buyer wants ultimately can vary. If I met a broker and I was buying an investment, I'd want the hardest negotiator.
Yes.
My partner, when we go and buy a family home, she just wants to go with the broker that she likes the most. Right? And everyone's got a different of opinion. To me, I would always leverage towards the broker who I believe is going to get me the best deal. And that's the interesting thing, isn't it? I think the market going forward... Mm-hmm. It's going to be the people business first.
Yeah. Wow. Very nice. I think that I did speak about the recruitment opportunities for myself personally, and unique properties are looking to the future. They are going to be embracing technology. We are very much invested in this, in the way of how the future of real estate is going to be working, and how better to enhance and enable our brokers to be their best selves and master what they're good at, and obviously taking over the admin side of things from an AI perspective. So I definitely want to hire people who are thinking to the future, who are looking at leveraging technology for their success, because ultimately that's what it is. You're leveraging a software or a tool to help you succeed better.
Yep.
We want high performers. We want to give everybody equal opportunity to be as good as what it's going to be. And, again, using technology to enable brokers to be the best version of themselves, have all of the information at their fingertips, wherever that may take them. And I think from a client perspective, our brokers who are going to be so informed and so quick to follow up on leads, or the response rate is going to be quick. It's just everything wrapped up in one. I think from a buyer side or a seller side, it's going to translate very well. Why wouldn't it? Wouldn't, when you have got information coming to you, accurate and informative, delivered by a person who's customer focused with a smile on their face? Why would this not work? So,
if I had
looking for brokers to come and join.
If I had this technology in 2014,
imagine,
and if the companies and if there was a pitch from 5 different companies to me as someone who had sales background to say, where would I go? It would be the number one reason that I would go to a company would be to leverage the technology that they've got on offer. Because when I was new to the industry, I didn't have all the answers, and my biggest issue always was, if I didn't know the answers, luckily I'm quite inquisitive. I'd be on Google. I'd be trying to find solutions. But if I had an AI mentor, an AI tool that had the answers, I would have got to where I wanted to be a lot faster.
So here's the thing. Let me put it to you in a different way. Imagine for a moment, we've got you on board leading the secondary team. We've got our fantastic managers, or that layer of management there that our brokers get. And then we still have a software that is going to, or an AI software that is going to really revolutionize the way that a broker works. Of course, it is a win-win. Mixed into that also training. Rachel is our training and development manager. Having her on board as a added, benefit.
Well,
my God, I've just fudged that all up.
You fudged it all up, but it's fine. It's okay.
Rachel.
Look, the key thing here, look at the pillars of why you would join a company. Brand awareness, tick.
Yeah.
The right tech, tick. The right training and support, tick. The right mentorship, tick.
No brainer.
Like,
I'm incredibly excited to see how the rest of 2025 is going to go. I think that it's moving in all the directions that gives me the chills and gives me the feels. So it's good. We're onto a good thing, and I just can't wait to see what the next couple of months is going to hold for us.
Yeah, the future is bright, it seems.
Future for your agents and future for the people that are hired to be your
Well, I say my agents, I say all agents in Dubai. The reality is that I think the way that this tech is going to go, it's not just going to revolutionize what we're doing in this city, but the whole of the Middle East and the rest of the world. I mean, the more people embrace this and run with it rather than going against it, the better the whole.
I don't even think that there is going against it. I just think that you're going to have people who are going to embrace it, or companies that embrace it. And I think that there are going to be companies that are apprehensive towards change, that aren't going to do anything and be stagnant, and then be really left in the dust when everything does pick up. And yeah, this is where we are.
Controversial take, but I like it.
It is, but it's true though. Right?
It's true. No, it is true.
Wherever you've seen a revolution that has happened, it's always been like that.
You know what's crazy in the UK, and you talk about being left behind, is in the UK you have corporate estate agents and you have independents. Independents generally are run by a guy or a girl who grew up in the town, who knows all of the people that live in the town, and they only deal with people that live in that specific town. It's not scalable.
Mm-hmm.
You become a master of one product and one thing. Yeah. Whereas like AI for us takes this into another stratosphere.
Completely.
Because instead of just being an expert in one or two areas in the city, we can be an expert in the city.
Mm.
That's what makes this really, really, really exciting, because we're not just going to be boxed into a one specific area or one specific niche. All of a sudden, it's scalable.
Yeah.
Which makes it completely different.
Possibilities are endless.
Completely.
Again, I just keep thinking about from the broker's journey, the possibilities are there. They can't, or not can't, but perhaps, a person's out on a viewing, they're doing an amazing show, and they don't have time to deal with the incoming lead. Great, you've got AI that's going to be taking over, doing the admin, frees them up. Again, I know that we've repeated this, but frees them up to be the best broker that they can possibly be, and then all of the information at their fingertips. Imagine how the credibility of a broker, Unique Properties, is definitely looking to the future and using technology to leverage a broker to being the best version of themselves. And, I really want to reach out to the audience in front of me. If any of you would like to inquire about roles or opportunities with us, wanting to embrace how to be the best version of yourself, please reach out to myself or Simon. We'd be happy to discuss opportunities with us and show you how you can be the best version of yourself using technology.